Hey guys, it's Heather. Welcome to my channel. Today we are doing the highlighting makeup challenge with entirely drugstore products. So if you'd like to stay tuned and see how I got this wonderful look, please keep watching. And if you haven't yet, please click the button below, subscribe, like, thumbs up, and I will be seeing you in just a couple seconds. Hello loves! To get started, we are going to use the Hard Candy Illuminating and Strobing Mix-In Drops. And this is in the shade White Pearl. I do believe this is the only shade that Hard Candy has put out so far. As you can see in this next little clip, it is very liquidy, so we are going to be applying this as if it were a liquid foundation. This shade really gives a nice pearlescent glow to the face, so I buffed it in and kind of patted it in on my cheeks and made sure to smooth it all around. And as with some liquid foundation, sometimes one droplet is not enough, so I went back in for a second little droplet of this pearlescent beauty. I put it on my chin and my nose and my forehead and then brought it down my neck to make sure that I was covering all of the areas that you would typically cover if you were using a liquid foundation. And then I just made sure that it was all the way smoothed in. Next, we went in with the Hard Candy Glow All the Way Baked Bronzer. This is the shade 129 Tiki. And this shade is actually a really great color match for my skin. I have heard that these types of, this bronzer is actually a great dupe for the Hourglass powders, although all I can attest to is that I've swatched them on my hand and they seem pretty similar. I think the Hourglass is a little more finely milled. But for now, since we are doing drugstore, I used this baked bronzer and just applied it all over my face as I would with a setting powder. And I wanted to make sure that I really got all over the face, so going in on that forehead too, and I did bring it down the neck, and just making sure that we covered up all of the areas that we used the strobing drops. Next, we're going in with Wet n Wild Shimmer Palette in Sand-Gria Castles. And I should warn you, when I put this on, I knew it was going to be very warm toned. It looks like an orange stripe, especially on that side of my cheek. And no matter how hard I tried to buff it in, it was not going to be anything other than an orange stripe. So I kind of just went with it. I tried using the e.l.f. stippling brush to kind of help mitigate that bright orange that was going on my cheek, but needless to say, it did not help that much. And as we can see, I was having one of those days where one side of the face is looking, whoa, bam! And the other side of the face is like, help me! And no matter what I did, it just didn't matter. So I ended up just moving on and taking this up to my temples, making sure to bronze up the forehead, just to make sure that everything was evenly balanced. Because as you would do with a normal bronzer, you want to make sure that it is evenly balanced on the forehead and the cheeks. Next, we went in with the Wet n Wild Megaglo Illuminating Palette in Catwalk Pink. And as you can see, I'm using this as a blush, and to get that really pinky color, I kind of just swirled it all in all of the colors. Warning, this is a bit powdery. I don't know if you saw that, but it is quite powdery. So you're going to want to tap off the excess, and also, if you are using this as a straight up blush, you are going to need a lot of the product. It is a very sheer formula. Next, we went in with the e.l.f. Illuminating Palette, and I believe there's only one shade, but this one was called Assorted, and we used that yellow pigmented powder as a highlight for under the eye. I was just using it to kind of highlight the points of my face because I did not have a liquid highlight to use as a highlighter. Then we went in with the Wet n Wild Megaglo Illuminating Palette, and I struggled to open it, as you can see. Yay! And we actually combined with the e.l.f. Illuminating Palette that we just used to do the eyes. I started with the powder that is in the lower left of the palette, if you are looking at it directly on, and started putting this into my crease to kind of define the crease. I was kind of going for a smoky eye, but as you can see throughout this video that it did not quite happen. So just defining the crease. And like I said, these powders are very powdery, so make sure to dust off the extra pigment. And then we are going in with the lower right hand color to just keep applying different shades to kind of build up that crease and create some dimension. So now I'm going in with that lower right hand color. It's a little bit more orange, trying to, like I said, build up some dimension in that crease. Especially using only highlighting products, it was very, very difficult. So for those who want to do a more subtle crease, I recommend actually using this palette to do it because it was very easy to build up that crease. Then with the Megaglo Illuminating Palette, we went in with the bronze color and we applied that to the crease. Why do I keep saying we? I definitely did it. You can totally do it too if you want to, but that is what I used to really finish off that crease. And I was very happy with the way it looked. So I applied that to both eyes and moved on to the lid. For the lid, I went in, or I'm going to go in with the rose color. It is the darker pink of the two pink shades in that Megaglo palette. And to do that, I actually used some MAC Fix Plus on the brush, and I changed brushes. Here I had the blending brush, and I was like, oh yeah, I need like a shadow brush to really pack it on. So I grabbed the MAC Fix Plus and the shadow brush, and I applied the MAC Fix Plus to the shadow brush first, and went in with the shadow brush to the color and applied that to my lid. It really intensified that rose color. It made it a little more conducive to the other colors because I had a very warm eye. Without the MAC Fix Plus, it was rather sheer, so it did not come off as warm. And I applied it to both eyes using the MAC Fix Plus, as you can see here. And one eye kind of came out. Oh, and I dropped the palette that I was using as a mirror. That was great. So one eye came out a little bit darker, so I did go back in just a second here and touched up the other one to make sure that the eyes were looking, for lack of a better term, identical, no pun intended, to each other to really make the look pop. And after this, we are going to use the lightest shade in that Megaglo Illuminating Palette. It is kind of a yellow shade. It's at the very bottom there, or yellow or golden shade. And we're going to use this as a inner corner highlight to highlight that inner corner and really make our eyes look bright and awake and glowy. I mean, this is a highlighter challenge after all. If we're going to do it, going to go all the way. And I gotta tell you, I am not pro at this, so when I highlighted my inner corner, as you're gonna see here in just a second, I really highlighted that inner corner. You do not need this much product, but it was all in good fun, so I just kind of went with it and laughed along the way. And then next we are going to go in with our eyeliner. Oh, just kidding. We're going to go back in with that Megaglo, and I'm going to take that light pink shade that is in the middle, and I use that kind of to top off my cheeks as a highlighter It's kind of hard to see. It was very, very light. I probably should have used a different color, but it's what I had, so I went with it. Applying it to the tops of the cheekbones and just brushing it back. And as you can see, I was like, all right, well, that's going to work for now. All right. So now I am going in with the Hard Candy Walk the Line Liquid Eyeliner in Licorice. And I applied this off camera because I am not great at winged eyeliner. And as you can see, one of those eyes, the liquid eyeliner actually was still very damp and it did transfer. So that is something to know about this product. It does transfer. And then moving on to the Hard Candy Lash Tinsel Glitter Mascara. And I am using the color Spellbound. You can still get this mascara on their website, but I have had mine for quite a while. That's why I was looking at the brush, making sure that there was glitter everywhere because it is a very old mascara. Don't recommend using old mascaras, but I wanted something that really popped and really went with the highlighter glittery theme. So I just used it, and then I got very close to the camera apparently, so that way you could see that the glitter is in fact on the lashes, and when the light hits it just right, it looks really cool. And to finish off this look, we are going in with the Hard Candy Fierce Effects Darling Lip Gloss. Oh, Daring. I can read. Daring Lip Gloss. And this is the shade Turn It Up. This does stain your lips. When I went to take this off, I could get the metallic finish off, but the color does stay. So be warned. This is a very bright, bold lipstick, and it did take a couple of coats, so I did dip back in a couple of times to finish off this look, but I am really happy with the way that it came out for all drugstore products. Be warned, this is not a wearable look by any means, but it is fun, and I challenge everyone to go out and give this a try. And this is the finished look. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys later.